Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked. Today I'm doing a run-through for the Restless. This is one of the newer games that I have recently gotten in. It is designed by Winslow Dumaine, and what's interesting about this game, and why you might be wondering why I'm doing a run-through, is because everything in this game is completely hand-drawn, from my understanding. So that includes all the characters, all the items, all the encounters. All of that is designed and written and drawn by Winslow. So I kind of wanted to showcase this one, mainly because it's such a passion project that I wanted to just show in case anyone was trying to find a copy. This one, with the theming and everything, really speaks to me. It's not traditionally a game that I would go out and buy, just because, as we'll find out, it's extremely random, but I don't know. I wanted to give this one a shot, so I backed it, and here it is, relatively quickly, and we're going to see how well I do. This is definitely one of those games that either this will be a short video or a long one, just depending on how well this D20 wants to work for me. Now, this D20 is not the one that comes in the game. The one that comes in the game, I am almost convinced is weighted to be against you, because I have rolled that thing so many times and barely get over a 10. It has to be, it's like 4, then 2, then 1, then 6, then maybe a 10, and then maybe a 17, but then it's back to the 4, 6, 8 shit. So I have my own die that was given to me for Christmas, and it's kind of cool because not the 20, where is it? Where's the, oh, it's not actually on here. Well, oh yeah, it's behind the things. It's a Cthulhu die. You won't be able to see it, but this game is very cosmic horror-y, so we'll see how this die does. But without further ado, let's actually jump into the theme, shall we? A storm of smoke approaches from the west. It is as black as pitch, as wide as the horizon, and as high as the sky can avail. The storm is slow, but it moves without cease. It drives fauna from the forest, desolates towns, and swallows seas, leaving the soot-stained and blinded geography in the cacophonous stillness of endless night. Those who could flee, fled, and those who could not were consumed by its annihilating rapture. By breathing in the smoke, they became the extinguished, the unfortunate remnants of the human race whose captivity within the choking miasma reduced them near catatonia. Not truly dead, not truly alive, they stumble aimlessly in the suffocating dark, their mutterings indecipherable and their bodies numb to the world. Still, pain dwells within those wretched lot, and while their minds are clean of thoughts, a circuitous misery remains within them, a wordless mantra whose sole expression is that of nameless, primeval yearning. It is from this fate that the refugees have taken flight. They have been traveling for many months. They slept odd hours when they could, one of them staying awake to keep watch for pursuers, beasts, men, and otherwise, and to track the progress of the smoke. Flagging too far north or south puts them at risk of being caught by the storm, so they cut a straight path eastward, diverging from known trails and into the profane lands. They camped in sunken forests, caves and sand-swept villages in the crackled, thunder-struck barrens. They slept in desolate townships, fishing hamlets, mining towns, trading posts, and odd cabins. Often they had no choice but to brave the elements when what grit they could muster. It was then that they walked in the predatory hours of the sunset, when their lanterns were lit and their hearts were tight to their chests. Boom! The Restless. With the white hand of Saruman. Okay, well, let's go over our refugees. We have the Drim. The Drim, a wicker walker from the deep woods driven out by the smoke. His ability: when another character would take damage, you may redirect it to yourself, and then there's non-death. I'll read if they do. I have given him the Rusted Shovel because every character has kind of a trait. In this case, he's a trapper. So Rusted Shovel is draw a loot card every time a rest card is played. These are my rests. They're bonfires, so very Dark Souls-y. and you only have 3 of them. Once you run out, that's the only way to get characters to come back once they die. So if you run out of rest cards, then you die. You pretty much have to keep going forward. Our goal is to kill a traitor god, and there are a variety in the game. I have randomly chosen one. It is underneath these realm cards. You have to make it through 5 realms, and we'll see how well that goes for me. But yeah, I draw a loot card every time a rest card is played, and the trapper, because cards will have, so here's the rusted shovel that I have, because it has the trapper keyword, I get +1 to my combat rolls, which is pretty neat. Okay, then we have the judge. I'm just going to showcase all the art as much as I can. Once per realm, a treasure and or loot card may be discarded and drawn from the respective deck, which I'm guessing allows me to overcome any sin cards, because that's the loot and that's the treasure. There are a variety of sin cards in them, and those suck. So he has Lesser Witchfire with 5 counters on it. Perform 3 ranged rolls for 1 damage each and follow with a dodge roll. So in combat, there are 3 types of things you can do: combat, range, and dodge. And the only time you do a dodge roll is when you're instructed to do so. A once esteemed arbiter of law, now lost in a lawless land. He is the Conmalgerist. I don't know what that is. The reversed. Yeah, the reversed. There, that is. Okay. He actually begins with a treasure, the Penitent Stone Arm, and he cannot equip other weapons. A once dead sinner returned from a place of perdition with a hand of stone and a heart of lead. So the Perdition Stone Arm, which again is a treasure, I actually randomly drew this on my last game. As the party starts realms, this gains effect. So it actually doesn't do anything right now, but in Realm 2, it adds 1 to my combat rolls. Then Realm 3 increases inventory size by 2. Realm 4 has +1 damage, and Realm 5 you can equip an additional weapon that weighs 2 or less and use them both. So yeah, it gets stronger as we continue to go on, which is pretty neat, but right now it just does 2 damage. It's not nothing, so I don't hate it by any means. It was actually very handy to get when I got it last time. And then last but not least, he also, that's what he starts with. He also has this throbbing plebetic sack. Yeah, a lot of weird, gross stuff in this one, but it's right up my alley. It has 2 counters on it. I can just use it to give a character Crimson Membrane. And he's not a red hand, unfortunately, so that doesn't matter. Crimson Membrane, there are 4 status cards in the game. Crimson Membrane is a solid one. Allows you at the start of your turn to restore 1 health, but every time you lose a health, you put a counter on this card, and once there are 2 counters on it, you lose it. Anyway, and then the Virago. So the Virago I actually had in my last game as well. When your combat, ranged, or dodge roll exceeds a target's die defense, add a counter to the Virago. Characters may remove 1 to 3 counters and add 1 to a die roll for each. He can have no more than 3 counters on this card. And then I gave him the Knotted Branch. If this damages a target, add 1 to the next character's first roll of any kind. But as a Flexile, which is what he is, if your attack fails, add 1 to your next combat roll in this encounter. Alright. Oh, and the Virago is a wanderer from nowhere who had nothing and still lost it all. What a loser. Okay. Well, so the point of the game is we have 5 realms that we are trying to get to, eventually to the Traitor God. I have the realm cards here, and we start at Realm 1. Ooh. The Blasted Ash Forest. A dense forest of great pines and swarming vines once commanded these hills, and from the highest peaks one could see swaying seas of emerald green in every direction. Now the hills have been denuded by fire, and nothing remains but beds of ash and the stubble of blackened trees. A ghostly haze still seethes from the baked earth, hissing quietly as unfettered wind sweeps high over the hills. In a sunken spot where a pond was boiled away, you see the minutest shapes of human remains. Minutest? Minutest. In the black pit, the glint of a golden wedding ring shines among jumbled bones. When you reach for it, it crumbles to dust. The party can postpone gathering drops from individual combat encounters until the start of the next realm. For each card postponed, gain a reroll counter immediately. Oh, that's right, I have 5 of those. The first encounter is a pick from 3. Last encounter of the realm must be a combat encounter. When the last encounter of the realm is resolved, pick 1 of 3 treasures. Don't mind if I do. Yes, I have 5 counters. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One thing about this game, for better or for worse, is I just have a bag of these counters. So what you're looking at, this is their health that I have above their cards. So, and the fact that you have to control 4 characters, I'm doing my best to try and keep everything in order, because I just don't move my camera around a lot. That's because I'm lazy. So, yeah, there's no health tokens. I actually have health tokens. I'm 3D printing them, because a bag of generic counters is absolute garbage. So, yeah. So I have counters here. This is their health. Whenever they gain max health, you just kind of are supposed to add it over here. So if the judge were to get a max health, I would move it there. It doesn't heal him, so he wouldn't gain that. Now when they take damage, I'll just move it over, and hopefully I'm just able to keep track of it. But let's go ahead and take a gander. So I have 2 combats. One of these is actually pretty rough. Skittering off birth pot. There we go. That is... Okay, so he has a 13, so the cards have kind of a text on them. I'll see if I can show you. So that's the damage that they do on counters. This is their die defense, what I need to roll to hit them, and that's their health. And then up at the very top, that's their type. So this is a phenomena. So he ignores damage on rolls of 15. When this card takes damage, reduce its die defense by 6 for the next attack against it. So 13 is pretty high, but also at a 7. That's probably the one I'm going to go with. The next one is the Bastards of Bell Bridge. And, I mean, they look pretty awesome. 2 damage, 11 die defense, and 18. Ignores damage on combat rolls of 9 to 13. Reduce all range rolls by 2. Ugh, okay. Well, so the Bastards of Bell Bridge gives me a loot and 2 reroll tokens. The Skittering Off-Birth Pot gives me a loot. But then there is this Obscene Interplanetary Rift. Interpolatory Rift. Well, that just looks like something. Something hot. Take 2 characters of your party and merge them. Flip a coin to decide which character will be the host. The next character gains the trait, special text, inventory, death effect, and sins of the other, as well as 4 max health and 4 inventory size. The other character is considered dead. The host character is controlled by both players until a new character is acquired by the non-host character. You know, that's actually kind of interesting. And merge them? Okay, they gain the trait, special text, inventory, death effect, and sins of the other. 4 max health and plus 4 inventory size. Wow. That's actually not terrible. Who would I combine? The Virgo is kind of cool. Or the reversed could be neat if you merge them, because he starts with the Penitent Stone Armor, and that's already a pretty solid weapon. And then eventually, when we get to 5 realms, then he can equip an additional weapon. Granted, I'm hoping that... but other than that, he can't equip anything else, so... Do I combine 2 characters already? So they get the on-death effect, inventory special text trait as well. I don't think so. I think that is interesting, but I can't think of a combo that would be solid right now. And also, the way I go into this game is I think of it like a roguelike. So, right now, the abilities of the characters aren't lining up as well as their items. So, as cool as that sounds, I think I'm going to ignore that. And I'm going to fight the skittering off-birth pot. The curse hurt the pregnant the worst. The lucky ones lost their children, while the less fortunate watched in horror as inhuman heads emerged from their wombs, shrieking and triumphant. Well, that's fucking terrifying. Okay. So during a combat round, you must attack the target, which the skittering off-birth pot is the target. And you can use a spell, a weapon, or you can attack it unarmed. Whichever character is unarmed. In this case, they're all one. They also have a loot limit. There's no hands or heads or body part or whatever, feet, in terms of equipment stuff. You just have a weight limit. So the Drim can hold 5, there's 6, 7, and then 5. But every item has a weight limit. So right now, the reversed is at 3. And then 2, 1, 2. Okay, but whenever you go, the enemy or the encounter never gets a turn. It's always whenever it's your turn, you either do a combat roll, which is melee, and if you fail, so if I rolled and I get a 16 like I just did, that's above 13, so I would deal damage. If I failed, let's say I rolled a 9, it would just deal its damage back to me. So that's combat. If you are able to do range, and you fail, nothing happens. But typically range is followed by a dodge roll, which means if you fail the dodge roll, you take damage. And that is, so that's kind of it coming at you. So, in turn order, I can just go whenever. I don't really have an order that matters. There are some characters that it does matter on trying to kill them, but let's go ahead. Actually, it does matter. So if we start with the Virago with a knotted branch, if this damages a target, add 1 to the next character's first roll of any kind. So we're going to have the Virago start, which I had tokens to show if they have went or not. You know what? What do I have? 4? Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll pop a token on them to show that they've gone, just so I don't get confused. So let's go. I need a 13. I should just take the 16 I rolled earlier. Or just get a 17 right off the bat. So that works. So that is above. It's on rolls of 15 exactly. So that will do 2 damage. And yeah, again, I have no health tokens. So there's the 2 damage against them. So now it's going to add 1 to the next character's first roll of any kind. So the Virago has gone. And every time he goes... Oh, wait, that's not going to work. Because I add tokens to him whenever he exceeds the target's die defense. So, actually, you know what? I will just put it underneath to show that that'll be his tokens right there. Okay, when this card takes damage, reduce its die defense by 6 for the next attack against it. Well, that's pretty hot, so it goes down to a 7. And he adds 1 to the next person. Let's go ahead. I want to save my counters if I can, because once the counters are gone, this consumable is no longer good. So, let's just do the reversed. So that's going to be I need to get above a 7. That is a 14. Nice. So that will do 2 damage, and the reversed has gone. Yeah, you know what? Let's have the judge go, just because he gets to perform 3 ranged rolls for 1 damage each. So it's back to 13, and when this card takes damage, reduce its die defense by 6 for the next attack against it. Yeah, you know what's interesting about that is I wonder if that's just continuing on damage. It might be, but I'll just do, so first roll on the range, that is a 12, so that would miss if it's staying at a 13. When this card takes damage, reduce its die defense by 6 for the next attack against it. Okay, so it did get reduced for its next attack, but it did take damage again, which means it would reduce its die defense by 6 for the next. So I'd say it's back down to 7, so I'll just say that's a damage. So that's one roll. Then we got an 8. That's another damage for the range roll. And then we got another 7. That's enough. So that will be 7 damage. Again, not sure. And unfortunately, because there's stuff about this game that I definitely want to showcase, that is a perfect one. Edge case scenarios, how that's not super specific. It just says when this card takes damage, reduce its die defense by 6 for the next attack against it. So yeah, it can be said, does that mean only for the next attack against it, or is it a continuation thing? But we'll just leave it as is. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's the first encounter anyway. Okay, so it is defeated. We gain 1 loot for it. Now, with the realm ability, we can postpone gathering it until the start of the next realm, and for each card postponed, gain a reroll counter immediately. Reroll counters are very handy, but they are limited. They're not necessarily hard to come by. You get enough to rest, but the problem is you spend them to heal if you need to. So, I don't know. You also spend them as currency. So I think I'll take it. Now, what you have to do is whenever you're drawing from the deck, you have to determine who is drawing it. Because if it's a Sin, that's the character that gets it. So we will have... I kind of want the Judge to get something unique because of his limited spell use, and everyone else has a decent starting weapons. So we'll have the Judge draw, and wham! Ooh, a Hunter's nice. Now, he doesn't have to be the one to take it. You can trade items and stuff at any time as long as it's not combat. So we got a Hunter's Knife. When this kills a beast, add 1 counter to your character. When resting, characters may take those counters for 1 point of healing each. When this kills a beast, give a character +1 armor. That's not terrible. It's also hyper-specific. We could give it to the Drim to use just because you can have stuff equipped, and when you're attacking, you determine what you're attacking with. So if we do get a beast, I can pull out my knife, which is kind of cool. Sharp from point to heel and sturdy enough to skin the thickest hides. It's also an item that we can sell for 3 reroll counters, which is not bad. Yeah, we'll go ahead and have the Drim store it. Got a pretty cool shovel. All right, moving on. The Gauze Dog. Oh, hey, is that actually a beast? It is, funny enough. So, the Gauze Dogs of Soom. Fucking weird. Okay. They are fast, they are silent, and they are already dead. At the start of the battle, give this card +3 health for each target that has been killed this realm. Ha! Okay, that's actually only 1. So it has 14 total health and 8 to hit. And, when this kills a beast. Okay. So he needs to be the last one to do it. So let's go ahead and kickstart. I mean, Virago is pretty solid to go. That is going to be a 17. Nice. Now, what sucks about this die, it is cool, but it's very difficult to see, like, what it says. I don't even know if you guys can see it. You can't even really see it whenever it's right in front of you. That's why I don't really like metal dice. But 17, that will be 2 damage on him. And that will mean he has gone. He gets another token on him. Adds +1 to the next person going. So we will have the reversed go. And he gets +1. And we're trying to hit an 8, so I need a 7 or higher. And that's going to be a 9. Sweet. So 2 damage. 1, 2. And that's it. So then we'll do... So the reversed has gone. We'll have the Drim go at 2. That's a Nat 20. Hell yeah. Nat 20 doesn't do anything in this game unless you have an item that says it does. So we got 6 damage on him. The Drim has gone. And then the Judge, I don't want to waste his spell. He also gives me a loot, so we'll just have him unarm attack and get a 15. So it's going to be 1 damage. And he is gone, and that's it. So then everyone just readies. And rinse, repeat. So Virgo will go again and get a 3. It's 1 damage. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so he's gone. Unfortunately, he did not get to add anything. We'll have Drim go. He gets +1 to his combat rolls anyway, but 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah. And he's at 14. Nat 20, goddamn. Hell yeah. Unfortunately, it's only 2 damage still. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 10. Yeah, we'll have the Judge go and do an unarmed attack and get a 9. I only need an 8. So that's going to be 1 damage. And the Judge is gone. And then Drim will do a 10. That is 2 damage with the weapon. And he's gone. And now everyone resets. And since he has 1 health left, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, he has... Did I? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, well, we will spend the 2 tokens from the Virgo to add 2 to his. I will bring out the Hunter's Knife to try and kill him. That is an 8 plus the 2, which is 10. Wouldn't matter anyway. Plus, oh, he doesn't get +1 with the Hunter's Knife. So that is 2 damage, which is enough to kill the Gauze Dogs of Soom. So, that does kill a beast, which lets me put a counter on the Hunter's Knife. And, because he's a trapper, when this kills a beast, give a character +1 armor. So... who has the lowest health? Technically, he does, actually. So I'll give him armor, and I also have the room. So when you give armor, again, I have tokens, extra tokens for this being printed. You're supposed to put it above their health, just to show that it's armor. Some cards have armor on them that you remove. That'll be a little bit easier to track, but hopefully I remember that is its armor. But the Gauze Dogs of Soom are dead, and we can draw. Again, I'm kind of thinking... I've been rolling actually pretty well, surprisingly. Yeah, I think we'll draw. We'll have the Judge draw again. And, ooh, treaties. Impecunious Rex. Gain the Scrapper trait and a reroll counter. From now on, gain a reroll counter upon arriving at every non-combat encounter. Oh, that's really good. That's pretty awesome. It looks kind of like a spellbook. A work of heartbreaking beauty penned by the most successful vagrant in history. Yeah. So now he has the Scrapper trait and a reroll counter. Don't mind if I do. So now he's a Conmalgerist and a Scrapper, which will be helpful for future items, potentially. And now, arriving at every non-combat encounter. I really like that. That's pretty solid for me. But now we move on to a combat encounter. The Night Martyr Egregore. That's pretty cool. Thoughts spared when dying confer incredible tulpaic power, and from the thoughts of the martyr strange things often spring. At the start of combat, this card gains 2 health for every sin held by the party. We don't have any. When this card dies, add 1 loot to the drops to the next combat encounter, which is actually, this has to be, this card doesn't have to be one, but we have to have, if it's not, then we draw from the deck until it is one, because the final one has to be a combat encounter. Don't hate that. Don't hate that by any means. Okay, so we are going to bring it back our shovel. Let's see. How do we want to do that? No one's really been hurt. We've gone pretty low. He has 14 health, which I guess we just had one, but he's also harder to hit. So let's have the Virago kick us off, baby. So need to get an 11 or higher, and I'll take a 17. Okay, you know, I may. It's a metal die, so could be warped, but I will absolutely take a 17. To deal 2 damage to the Night Martyr Egregore. Now that we're going to add 1, you know what? Let's do the Judge. He gets +1 for his first roll. So, you know, it sucks. There was a character that just gave a blanket +1 to all ranged rolls, but he's obviously not here. Yeah, so we will do 3 ranged rolls. Need an 11 in the first roll. I only need a 10. Jesus Christ, it's literally another 17. Now this only does 1 damage, but, so second roll, that's a 2. So I missed, but because it's ranged, he doesn't attack back. And then we get a 13, that is enough. He did 2 damage just like everyone else. Now I have to do a dodge roll, which is going to be a 15, which is higher, so I take no damage. Alright. Oh, his as a con Maldrus, he gets +1, so he actually... The second one didn't matter, but then we'll have the Drimgo. That's going to be an 18, so 2 damage. So he's gone, and we'll follow it up with the reverse, giving a 10. Giving a 10. I don't think... Now, technically, what I could do... Actually, he would have a token from hitting... Characters may remove 1 to 3 counters and add 1 to a die roll for each. You know what? Let's spend it. So that makes it an 11, which means he hits the thing with his arm. So what I've also started doing. There we go. So we got 5 and then 8. Okay. There we are. So now let's continue. We will have the Virago lead us off with a 4, so that's pretty neat. He's the only one that's actually taken damage. So you know what? When another character would take damage, I may redirect it to myself, so we'll redirect it to the Drim and lose that armor that he gained from the Hunter's Knife. But he did fail, because I want to preserve the reroll tokens, because those get rough. Especially when you start losing, because it's one of those games that snowballs, I feel. So he missed, which means he doesn't get his token. So we'll go with the Drim. That is a 19. Love it. So we are at 10 damage. Need to do 4 more. Do I want to do a lesser? I don't know if I want to waste that spell. So we will do the reversed. Who is going to be going next? That is going to be a 12. Okay, that is above the 11. Do I just want to kill him? He's also not a beast. He's a phenomena. He doesn't give us a loot, though. You know what? I'm going to get something for him. I feel it. I mean, this entire deck of loot cards, what are the chances that I don't draw something nice? So, range roll. That's a 6. That's a miss. Then we got a now 1. You know, I will re-roll that one. Because I do want to kill him. Okay, that's a 17. So, 1 damage. And his last range roll is a 7. You piece of shit. I'm not spending another range. But I have to follow it up with a dodge roll, which is a 4. Okay. Well, there's a damage. So, probably ended up wasting that range roll anyway. And let's have the reversed attack. And that is going to be a 19. So that will kill him. Nice. Okay. So that will give us... Well, I got 2 reroll tokens back. I don't hate it. So he's dead. And then last of this realm, it is a combat encounter, and nothing changes. So it is the Sapson Suffocator General. Which, of course, it's the Sapson Suffocator General. As she draws near, the air grows thinner until only the death-like silence of the vacuum prevails. Oh, that's right. I'm not into the haze realm. Okay. After the first round of turns, all characters take 1 damage at the start of their turn. That is not awesome, because it's 15... What is she? She's a human. Yeah. 15 damage. So at most, I can do 2, 4, 6, 9. I could do 9 damage if I rolled amazing on everyone in the first round. So at the very least, everyone's taking 1 damage. But then I can give a couple people Crimson Membrane to counter that. Because you only heal if an item lets you, by using it, or you rest. Now if I roll poorly, this one's going to be rough. But, because you can run away, everyone has to make a dodge roll, and if you fail, you take a damage, you try again, fail, take a damage. You try again, fail, take a damage, then you leave. So you're never locked in until you die. You have 3 chances to try to dodge out. And she's an 11. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try and kill her. Okay, we're gonna start with the Virgo just to increase our chances. So we got a 12, so that will be 2 damage. And then we'll put a token underneath him to show that I got the +1. Given the chance... Let's actually do the judge. So he gets +1. 3 range rolls. So we got an 11, so +1. +2 because of the knotted branch, but then the +1 from the range. So 1 damage. Second roll. That is a 2, so that failed. Third roll. That is an 18, so 2 damage there, and then the dodge roll is going to be a 19. Nice. And she deals 2 damage each. Okay, so the judge went. And the reason why this one's so difficult is because we actually get a treasure for this, which treasures have sin cards in them as well. We'll have Drim go to get a 10. I will use the Virgo's token to add 1 to it, so that will be 2 damage. I'm going to put them in piles of 5s. And then last, following it up with my stone arm, is a 9. What am I at? 6? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I gotta hit with this. So, okay, that is an 18. So, 2 damage. So, now after the first round, everyone has to take a damage. So there's that, and now we will start attacking. So we'll start with the knotted branch. All right, so what am I at? 8 damage. Okay, I got 4. Reroll to a nat 20. That is a good reroll. All right, so we got 10 damage. So we will add that to, because if I only, okay, we'll end with him just in case. So we'll do the reverse. So it's a +1, which is going to be a 12, so 13. So that will be 2 damage from them. So Virgo's gone, reverse is gone. We'll do Drim, which will be, oops, I don't even know what that was. Will be an 11, which is just what I need. And then, so we are at 14 damage, and we'll end on the judge. And we'll just have him do an unarmed attack and hope God, why does it keep rolling toward... 14! Hell yeah! So that will be enough to kill Sapson, the Suffocator. Alright, so that worked out pretty well. And we will go ahead and take that treasure. Who do I want? Because none of them have sins right now. Grab the markers to know who's gone. Again, we're gonna have it be the judge. Fuck! Okay, so it's a sin. Oh wait, once per realm, a treasure and or loot card may be discarded and redrawn. Let's do that, baby. Let's discard that and draw into the vibrational field harness. Okay. You know, I think I'm going to be committing some sin anyway. Take no damage on combat or dodge rolls of 2 to 4. Oh, it's equipment. Every time an interplanar or phenomena target dies, add a counter to anything that uses counters. Oh, okay. Well, let's do that. Shall we? We'll put that right there. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's an ominous, at the start of every realm, add a counter to anything that uses counters. Actually, let's put that onto the reversed. What does this say? A brutish device whose metal tines channel the imperceptible vibrations into something akin to music. Okay. Well, that's pretty awesome. So now, at the start of every realm, so it's not super, not super good because you only have so many realms you go through, but I mean it's still not nothing. Every time an interplanar and it's just any time. So the reverse can actually keep this spell because you don't have to discard it once it's gone, but it allows you to. I mean, it's just there being useless. All right, so as so far it's looking pretty good. Only 1 damage here, 2 damage, 1 and 2. And 5. Still got my 5 reroll counters going into realm 2. Well, bam. To the sunken hills. You file through a narrowing valley, the walls stripped with bands of yellow and ochre, punctuated by scraggly scrub grass that clings to the stone. The sun swells as it passes over the valley, and the heat is oppressive. As it sets, washing the valley in deep violet and gold, the moon rises, and its light guides you through the winding route. There is no way to go but forward, no choice but to press on. Choose a character. If they do not go first in every combat encounter, the target gains a +1 die defense, and the party cannot flee. Last encounter must be a combat encounter. Give it +4 health when the last encounter of the realm. Oh yeah, that's right. When the last encounter of the realm is picked or is resolved, pick 1 of 3 treasures. So actually, yes. Before I do that, what do we got? All right, 1, 2, 3. Nice. So we got a Cuniculum Tenebrae, whatever the hell this is. Roll a die and deal damage equal to the result. It's a consumable. That could be really good. It could either be 12 damage or 1 damage. We got Pickled Girl. Just how I like them. Smelling all pickly. You receive the benefit of your own death effect. If your death effect is a one-time activation, this becomes an active item that gives the effect and recharges at the start of every realm. If you are the cognate, which I don't have. Okay. So death effects apply to everyone else, obviously not you. So having this could just be really good. Okay, so now we'll go over death effects. The Drim, all rolls of 1 or 2 can be re-rolled for free until a new character joins the party. So that's pretty solid. This becomes an active item that gives the effect and recharges at the start. So now 1s and 2s can just be re-rolled. The Judge, all treasures are picked from 2 until a new character joins the party. That's pretty awesome. On death, immediately absolve a sin and give a character White Chrism. That's pretty good. And then the Virgo, the die defensive targets cannot exceed 13 until a new character joins the party. So this is basically, whoever I give this to, if they die, their death effect is now in effect. That's pretty dope. But then we got the Human Overcoat, the old Ed Gein jacket. That's pretty sweet. Every time you lose health, put a counter on this. So 3 counters, gain 3 armor. 5 counters, gain 1 to your rolls on your first turn. 8 counters, discard this and redraw your character card. Keep your old inventory, status effect, and sins. Man, I don't know what I want. The Pickled Girl is 3, though, out of... So the reverse has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Judge has 6. And then the Virgo has 5. The Cuniculum Tenebre is a very clutch one, because you can, if you come across an enemy that just sucks, then you can just roll a die and deal that much damage. But I think I will go with that, though. The Human Overcoat is rough because it will eventually just actually kill the character. But that's not terrible either, because it eventually can keep you around. So, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with the Human Overcoat. And put that onto... the Drifter, because he has the least amount of health, so if I can give him armor, that'd be pretty solid. So no upgrades in weapons, but we are in Realm 2 now. So now the Penitent's Stone Arm gets +1 combat rolls, so that's pretty sexy. And yeah, and that's it. So now we just have 4 new encounters. 1, 2. None of them are a pick. So he calls it a pick from 2 or anything when you have multiple options to pick from. So sometimes that does give that to you, unless I'm missing something. We haven't rested yet. So now the Judge's ability is back. Once per realm, a treasure and or loot card may be discarded and redrawn. And that's it. Okay, let's flip. Boom. Okay. The Nameless Unequal One, writhing and groaning. Okay, well, I don't know what is poking up out of the chasm there, but every time this card takes 4 or more damage at a time, add a loot card to the drops. Well, this one's just 17. It's not just 17. It is 17. Gross. Unfortunately, I don't have any extra way to deal damage, so I'm still very slow on damage. And then, but it is interplanar, so that means the vibrational field harness, when it dies, well, I can add a counter to anything that uses counters. And also, yes. Now, did I have anything? What was the... Oh, at the start of a realm, add a counter to anything that uses counters. So let's do the Lesser Witchfire. Keep that thing going. Then, because that's the only thing that uses... Actually, that's not the only thing that uses counters. The Human Overcoat, I can put counters on, which is pretty neat. I could actually put it on the Hunter's Knife to make healing a little bit more efficient. Sweet. This thing's pretty good. And it takes no damage on combat with the rolls of 2 to 4. I mean, very situational, but not bad. Alright, well, unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing 4 more damage at a time, so... Oh, without a worshipping congregation, the physical forms of the unequal ones never solidify and their bodies remain in constant, agonizing flux. Interesting. Yeah, the flavor text for these cards I just really like. But we'll start with the Virgo. Boom. Got to get an 11 or higher. And 11 will do it. So 2 damage there. Then we will go to the Drim, I think. Actually, let's do the reversed. Because he's going to get +2 now. So +1 from the Knotted Branch and then +1 from the Penitent Stone Arm. So +2. That is... Oh. Gets a token. I need to remember that, which I will have to use because I got an 8, but +2 makes it 10. Using 1 makes it 11. So that will hit. So 2 damage there. The reversed has gone. We'll do the Drim, which will be a 17. So 2 damage. So 5 and 6. And then the Judge. I got to get him a backup weapon. So... Because... I mean... Yeah, even with his 3 ranged dice. He doesn't do any extra damage, so we'll just have him do an unarmed attack with an 11. That will do 1 damage. So everyone has gone. Now we will just repeat that cycle. Virago gets a 7. Ugh, that one actually sucks. And it's 2 damage back. You know, I'll deal with the 2 damage, and then we'll go to the reverse. He gets a +1. So that will be a 10 with the +1 because of the arm. Makes it 2 damage. And you could also use consumables like this throbbing plebetic sac to give a character a crimson membrane. And we will give that to... So there's the crimson membrane card. We will give that to the Virago. So I'll just put that underneath him. So at the start of his turn, he starts healing. Then we will do the Drim. Just +1, so that is going to be a nat 20, 2 damage. Nat 20s aren't as exciting in this game because they don't do anything. And then we will do the Judge. I will have him use a lesser Witchfire. So 3 ranged rolls. That is a 5. That is a 2. And that is a 19. Well, at least he got 1 damage in. Oh, and then the dodge roll, which is going to be a 13, so I'm good there. All right, so let's go ahead. Whoops, that stays there. And we'll start with the Virago again at the start of his turn. He will heal 1. Yeah, restore 1 health to yourself. Every time you lose health, add a counter to this. The membrane is still very much alive, and with its help, so too shall you remain. All right, what am I at? 12. Need 5 more. That is a 19. 2 damage. And put that over there so I can put a token underneath the Virago. So he'll add 1 to the next person. It's an interplanar, so it doesn't do much. We'll just do the reverse to add the 2. Oh God, it's a nat 1. So I'll re-roll it. And that is an 18, so that will be 2 damage. Is that enough? Oh, it is. Yep. 2, yes. Oh, no, it's at 16. Sorry. I thought he had 15 health. So the reversed has gone. And, well, it's not a beast, so it doesn't really matter who goes. We'll just have the Judge do an unarmed attack. 17. There we go. There's the 1 that I need. All right. And that gives me a reroll token and a loot, and when an interplanar dies, I can add a counter to anything that uses counters. Let's do, yeah, we're gonna do the lesser Witchfire, I think. Okay, I gave that, so then we will add the 1 loot. Gotta find something good for the Judge, so the Judge, boom. Suspension of Profound Vision. Heal yourself for 3. Turn the next encounter treasure, loot character, or realm into a pick from 2. And the Ominist, heal all characters for 1. Ooh, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, let's give this to the Ominist. But he doesn't have to heal himself. That's the thing that sucks. The healing all characters for 1 is pretty hot. I'll still give it to him just because it's good. It's good to have. Turn the next encounter, treasure, loot, character, or realm into a pick from 2. I definitely don't hate that. Alright, next encounter. The Intranslatory Teratome. Yay! Teratome! Profane lobes from a dimension where life is a static absolute, metastasizing from corner to corner of the universe. Every 4 times the turn has been completed against this card, add another combat encounter to the realm. When this card dies, give 2 characters Crimson Membrane. That's really good. So that means I can give everyone Crimson Membrane, which would be pretty hot. So if I can kill him in 1 round, every 4 times a turn has been completed against this card. So pretty much a turn is a player's turn, so pretty much after a full round, you add a combat counter. So if I don't kill him, and it's an interplanar, so that's really cool. Let's actually kick things off. Let's have the judge go. Yeah, let's have the judge go. So we will spend the lesser Witchfire. So I need a 10 or higher. That's a 15. Oh, put one there. So we are there. So second roll is going to be that's a 6. All right, I'll leave it. And that's a 17. Okay, and then I got to do a dodge roll, which is going to be a 5. You suck. Actually, I will redirect that damage over to the Drim, which every time he loses health, I put a counter on the human overcoat. Okay, now we'll go with the Virago. So, oh my god, that's an 8. Holy shit. Well, he does heal 1, actually, at the start of his turn. Let's re-roll. And, Jesus Christ, 17's the name, it's the lucky number. Okay, so that's the Virago. Then we'll do the Drim. Do I want to do the Drim? Actually, let's do the reverse and see if I get that kill. 9. Oh, but +1. +1 from the Nana branch, so that's 10. Oh, he got +1 from his thing anyway, so 2 damage there. And it would be a waste for the heal yourself for 3 with the suspension of profound vision, but getting a pick 2 is pretty hot. Turn the next encounter treasure loot character or realm into a pick from 2. Yeah, you know what? I will use it. Yeah, it's kind of a waste here, but let's do that. And because he's an Ominist, everyone gets to heal 1. So, and then we will do the next loot as a pick from 2. Ugh, just put the disco pile there. Okay, and then last we will have the Drim go. He's interplanar, so 19. That is 8 damage. So that will kill him. Oh, and, well, I guess he can only do 1 consumable per turn. Which I used that. So, he's dead. I'm going to give 2 characters Crimson Membrane. We're going to give it to the Drim, so that he can kind of counteract his human overcoat. And we will do the Judge. Because then he can just give himself the Crimson Membrane. The Crimson Membrane with the throbbing plebic sac. So that's pretty sweet. And, well, I say it was going to be the next loot is going to be the next pick from 2. Which I'm glad I did because, 1, I find nothing, and Kalon's Lead Fist. 2 counters, perform 2 ranged rolls for 3 damage each, then perform a dodge roll. Consider your inventory full until the next encounter begins. Stout. Oh. Scrapper trait is what he got. But he's a Conmalgerus, so 1, 2. Let's give him that. Put that there. Put 2 counters on it. And Interplanar did die. So I can add a counter to anything that uses counters. Let's do the human overcoat one more time. Now that I got a secondary... you know what I hate, though? I hate cards that, like this. I hate that. And I don't know how to fix it besides sleeving it. And maybe that's the route I end up going. But, I mean, look at the stack, if you can even see it. The stack is insane. So if it was sleeved, it would be double that. Which, I mean... The insert for the game is very simple, but it works for what this game is. And yeah, it definitely does not accommodate sleeved cards. Okay, so that was it. So now next encounter, which is the Trustworth Ingloriate. This dude just kind of looks like the Adrian Brody. What good is truth to a mind that cannot comprehend it? Amen, right? This is +1 attack against any character with a status effect. Oh, that's all of us, except for the reversed. When this card dies, the next encounter is a pick from 2. And, well, he's human. Okay, well, so he does 3 damage back to everyone except the reversed, which is not awesome. Okay, well, he has 12 health, plus, or 11 to hit. Oh, that's right. It was right here. Choose a character. If they do not go first in every combat encounter, the target gains +1 die defense. Okay, well, it was going to be the Virago. I think at one point, the Judge went first. But I think Virago's gone first every time. And we're going to keep it that way. So, yeah, that's my bad. But I do know the last encounter must be combat with +4 health. So we will start with the Virago. To attack, he will heal. And he has a status effect. All of these are status effects. The Crimson Membrane, White Chrism, and all that. So I need an 11. And then that 20 will do it. 2 damage, eat shit. Then, oh, and he actually gets a +1. Or token. So then, I think we will have the Judge go next. So he'll heal. And I might just have him unarm attack. Yeah. Which is a 10, but he gets a +1 from the Virago's attack. So that is 11. So 1 damage. Then we'll have the reversed go. He gets pretty much, he just gets the +1. So that's going to be, ooh, an 8. An 8. Okay. I don't know if I want to, well, now I actually only have 4 rerolls. It's a 9. I don't think he gets plus anything else. Okay. So we'll have him take the 2 damage. And then we'll go to the Drim, because he did not have a status effect, hence why he didn't take 3 damage. But Drim got a 10, but he gets +1 from the Rusted Shovel, which makes it 11. Woo! And he also heals at the start of his turn. Alright, 5 damage. And what is it? They do not go first in every combat encounter. Oh, it just says every combat encounter, so he did go first. But I guess if he doesn't go first, then that means that he would have been at a 12, and we couldn't flee. But I'd say we will keep it going. So we'll have the Virago go, which is going to be a 10. I will use a token to make it 11. Make that 2 damage. Next character, we will have the reversed go. So he's getting +2, which is going to be 16 or an 18. 2 damage. Oh, and he did not actually exceed the target's die defense, so he doesn't get a token for his ability. We'll have Drim go, which gets a 4. All right, well, that doesn't really help me out here. So, ooh, that'd be 3. That would half health him. That's not great. But he does have a Crimson Membrane, so let's wound him. Ugh, that's risky. But he did lose health, actually, so that means the Human Overcoat will get its 3rd counter, which then gives him 3 armor, which I will put up here. Yes. So, health, armor, and there's that. So that's pretty cool. And last up will be the Judge. What am I at? He needs 12, and I'm at 9. Okay, we'll do the Colin's Lead Fist. Perform 2 ranged rolls for 3 damage each. So if I just get 1 on here, he's dead. There's a 9, but add 1 to your ranged rolls, and I have 2 of those, so that would actually make it an 11, which would be enough to kill him. 3 damage. and consider your inventory full until the next encounter, which begins, which doesn't really matter. That is 11 damage. And the next encounter is a pick from 2, but we do get 2 loot. 1 loot. 1 loot and 2 rerolls. And this is a pick from 2, but it has to be a combat encounter. So, what am I at? 1, 2, 3 out of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's maxed. The reverse 2, 4, 5. He's not maxed, and the Virgo actually doesn't have much. So we'll have the Virgo be the draw. The Psalm Plasm of the Veil. That's cool looking. So this one is give a character Golden Veil. And Golden Veil, I don't remember what that one was. Oh, if you would take damage, you may choose to prevent all of it and deactivate this. Okay. If the damage was from chain magic, the chain does not proceed after you. So chain magic is a thing that when the enemy deals damage, it deals the damage in kind of a row. So if this one, for example, was chain magic and it had a 2 counter, then he would hit the person back for 1 and it goes to the next. So the number determines how many people he's going to be hitting. If it was a 10, it wouldn't be multiple characters get hit for 10. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's kind of how that works. Anyway, so this is from a pick 2. It has to be 2 combats, which it is. So we have False Angel. Oh, hey, funny enough, Chain Magic is on both of them. So we have the Cantankerous Ragwomen. Chain Magic gains +1 attack if a spell card is held by any character, which that is the case here. Or the False Angel. When this card takes damage, reduce the die defense by the same amount. Oof. Okay, so this one's gonna be they're both gonna be 4 attack anyway, but this one's interplanar, which helps most with the vibration field harness. So it's gonna be rough, but I'm gonna take the False Angel. 1, because it gives me 2 loot as well. And yeah, so False Angel, that's the one I am picking. And then, like the white-eyed off-birth of smutted cattle, the soulless heap of ectoplasm has no hope of seeing an afterlife. Jeez. Well, it's gross. It's gross looking. Okay, so Chain Magic at 4. 14 to hit. Okay. And the Virgo has to go, because otherwise this thing would be a 15. But it seems like if you hit it, it gets weaker. But it gets easier to hit, not necessarily weaker. Okay. Haven't come across any beast. Once per realm, a treasure and or loot card may be discarded and redrawn. That might happen because we're getting 2 loot from here. I'm just looking over all my stuff. All right, Virgo, kick us off, baby, with an 11. That is not enough. 14 might be rough. Okay, but I'm going to get 17 right here. 17, 17, 17, 19! That is even better. So that is going to be 2 damage. So now when this card takes damage, reduce the die defense by the same amount. So now it's down to a 12, and I think that stacks because it's just gross mud. And, oh, he also healed, but I guess it didn't matter. So then we will go to the reverse because he has the higher chance of hitting. So the reverse is going to get a +1, and I did exceed that, so he's actually getting a +2. So reversed, +2, he got a 6? Shit, do I re-roll that? I kind of need to, yeah. So reversed is going to get a 17. Okay, +2, 19, didn't matter, so that will be 2. And then I will use the Throbbing Plebic Sac to give him a Crimson Membrane. And I'll just well, do I have to discard this? Yeah, I do. Okay. So now everyone has Crimson Membrane, which is pretty sweet. Oh, where'd my tokens go? Did I just put them up on accident? Oh no, they're on the characters. So these two have gone. Yeah, let's do Callan's Lead Fist. 2 rolls, so now it's actually only a 10 to hit. So, but a 4 doesn't do it. God, you fucking loser. And then a 15. So 3 damage. And then I have to perform a dodge roll, which is going to be a 10, which is actually all I need. So, ooh, when this card takes... So now he's down to a 7 to hit. Yeah, if that stacks, which it doesn't say it doesn't, when this card takes damage, reduce the die defense by the same amount. Okay. So now we're going to go to the Drim, and he got a 14. So 2 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're at 9. So he's only a 5 to hit. And so Callan's Lead Fist. So we'll start with Virago again. And that's a nat 20 for 2 damage. So he is at an 11. So now he's only a 3 to hit. And I will actually give a token onto the Virago. 3 to hit. I'll save those. We'll have the Judge attack. Got 8. Oh, I thought it was a 2. I was like, there's no way. So 1 damage. And now he's a 2 to hit. And we'll have Drim go. Yep. 6. That will kill him. Okay. Nice. So, that gives us a reroll token back and 2 loot to draw. Oh, start of their turn. They would have healed with the Crimson Membrane. Okay, so 2 loot. What do we think? And he was interplanar, so that is, we will put a counter back onto the Lead Fist. And then 2 loot. Who's going to draw? Oh, let's have it be the Virago. Nice. Okay, we got the Casparous Bell. Yeah, Casparous Bell. That's what that looks like. Add 1 to range rolls by all characters. If you fail a dodge roll, perform 2 range rolls for 1 damage against the target. Well, we're definitely going to give that to the Judge. So he is... when this is first added to your inventory, heal all characters for 1. Oh. Well, how nice. That's pretty cool. Shaped in a manner that occultates the transitive bodies of wayward ghosts and traps them in the steel walls. Oh, I guess I could have taken Scrap Meats as well. Restore 1 health 5 times. This can target multiple characters. So, a good healing one, but I like the use of adding ranged rolls by all characters, even though he's the only one that does range. Failing a dodge roll, allowing him to do more range, is pretty neat. And then, the last encounter of the realm is resolved. Pick 1 of 3 treasures. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, awesome. None of them are... Because if you draw a sin, you have to take that. I guess I forgot to say who was drawing it. But all of them equipment, so we are still not getting any weapons. The Demdrich Polyp Breastplate is... So, that's what it looks like. When this is first acquired, give it +1 armor for every point of weight held by the party. During battle, you may skip your turn and lend the use of this armor to all other characters until it is your turn again. Dang. So total weight, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 16 is what this armor is. That's pretty cool. Then we got the Feckin' Gateway Ring. When first acquired, draw a character card. This card now grants their special text and trait. This occurs once and does not repeat. This card grants the traits of any characters that have died if it's on an Ominist. That's pretty cool too. And then we got Brass Armor of the Wound. So this has 7 armor on it. That's what the art looks like. If you have 3 or less health, add 1 to your attack rolls. I kind of like we're going to go with the Demdrich Polyp Breastplate. So, and give that to... No one has Stout, though, so I guess it doesn't matter. So, give it +1 armor for every point of weight held by the party. Who would want to skip their turn? You know what? Actually, the Virgo's not terrible to have that. All right, so on further inspection, that breastplate weighs 4, and there is nothing that no one could actually hold that, which kind of sucks. And I'd be able to hold it if I took that one event earlier that allowed me to merge 2 characters because it gave him +4 inventory size. That would have been a pretty solid move. So. Unfortunately, I couldn't take that, so I ended up taking the Feckin' Gateway ring, which drew me a character, and I ended up getting the Bowl. So I have his trait and special text, and so every time an item is acquired with 2 or more counters, such as armor, spells, or consumables, add 1 more counter to it. And every time a rest card is played, all characters gain max 1 health and may pool and redistribute their health. So now the Virgo is an herbalist as well. So those were the 3 treasures that we got to pick within realm 2. So now we are going on to realm 3. And at the start of every realm, I can add a counter to anything that uses counters. Let's go ahead and put that on his better spell. And I think that's it. Still no rest card. We're doing pretty well. So realm 3. Beneath the crumbling wall of Krat-Naldode. Arguably, the greatest achievement of the worshippers of Kratnal is Krat-Naldode, the great city of industry and engineering nestled into the arms of the Dryzny Mountains. To the northwestern and northeastern extremes, the sheer cliffs that soar impossibly high and jagged crevasses that plunge into the vanishing blackness of the ice provided an impenetrable natural defense. Belting the southern border, a great wall of crenellated stone extends from peak to peak. I'm like, where am I? Many tried to capture the city and failed. Of the world, it was many failed. As the infertility curse shattered the faith of the world, it was the infighting, slave revolts, and the catastrophic siege from the Sanakians that sent the city into a death spiral. No one passes through the great iron gates now, but those who travel near it will witness the clouds of Charon birds feasting on what remains within the walls. Okay. The party cannot flee. Not that I've had to flee, because I'm a badass. At the start of the realm, discard all food cards and draw a reroll counter for each. We don't have any food cards, so lucky there. At the start of the last encounter must be a combat encounter. Oh, that's right, I did forget to give that last one +4 health. Oh well, I won't forget this time. The last encounter must be a combat encounter and give it +5 health. Okay. So we are doing pretty solid. Again, 4 encounter cards. 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. So, boom! The Abyssal Plasm. Nice. Okay. When this card damages a character, they must add a random treasure they hold to the drops. When this card dies, give a character Crimson Membrane. A howling froth of mouths and glands within which gestates a profane substance that dissolves the membrane between the worlds. Alright, 9 to hit, 14 total. And again, nothing has changed in terms of the damage. I don't have to pick the Virgo to go first. We are in 3 realms, so... Oh, increase inventory size by 2. 4... Oh, shit! Ha ha ha! I lied! Die, dude! Although, well, hold on. Would this actually be better? Because in realm 3, his inventory size goes to 9, and that means he could hold the breastplate, which would give him... I think it was like 16. Actually, with the 4, it'd be 20 total armor that he could use by skipping his turn. Whatever. I don't want to mess with all that. So we'll just stick with this. But I did forget about it. So his inventory size is increased by 2. Start of a realm. I did add a counter to anything that has counters. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. This is also a phenomena. So that means I'll be able to get the benefit of that. So we will start with the Virgo. Need a 9 to hit. So how does a... How's a 3 sound? I can't even get the... He only does 1 damage back. Okay. Yeah, let's just take it. Ooh, no, I have to lower... Oh, a random treasure. He doesn't... Oh, he only has the 1 treasure. That sucks to the drops. Okay, well, we'll take it, and I'll just put that near the drop, so it'll be that plus his, plus the loot. But I do get +1 to my next combat roll, so let's remember that, hopefully. Alright, reversed, getting a +1. That's a 19. That will be 2 damage. Then we will go to... Oops. Let's actually do the judge, and we'll have him shoot the Colin's fist. So he's going to get +3 range. He gets +1 from this, because... And the reason why I'm counting the Lesser Witchfire is because there are cards that say get +1 to range when using this item. This does not say that. So +1 from that. The Colin's Lead Fist gives him +1. And the Casper spell doesn't do... Oh yeah, +1 range to all characters. If you fail a dodge roll, it doesn't matter. So, and my Impecunious Rex has not happened because I have not come across any non-combat encounter. So I'm getting +3 to range attacks. So I get 2 range attacks, so +3, that's a nat 20. So didn't even matter, didn't even need the +3. But that's 3 damage, so we're at a 5. And then the second one is going to be a 15 +3, so 18. So there's another 3 damage, so we're at 8. And then I have to perform a dodge roll. Whoa. Jesus Christ, another nat 20? Don't mind if I do. So that didn't matter. Okay. So that was him. And now follow up with the Drim, who is going to get an 18, 2 damage. So he's already at 10 wounds. Okay. Oh, and at the start of his turn, he got to heal. So now we are at... Let's do the Virago. We'll start with that, and he gets a +1 to his attack. So that will be a 10, which is all that I need. So that will be 2 damage. And it's not a B, so my Hunter Knife doesn't do anything right now. So we'll just have the reverse finish him off. Nope. Oh yeah, I got a 9. Sorry. Yes, it is. That is enough. Sweet. Okay. So that will just take this, and I mean, technically, I guess I would, when first acquired. Okay, so that, I guess it would have actually stayed with the character. Then we're gonna get a loot. Let's do the reversed. Unstable Transmutation Plasmoid. Wah, 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 wah. Draw a character card and add it to yours. Gain this card special text and trade. Increase your max health by 4. Don't mind if I do. I'll do that in a sec. I'm running out of room to do stuff, and I can't give anyone Crimson Membrane. So we'll just keep on trucking. Hey, all right. The Encouragement Pig. Oh, thank God. I've been looking for him. I have the body of a pig. Okay. Well, that's not very encouraging. Draw 1 treasure, 1 loot, and 3 reroll counters. Ooh, hey. From now on, gain a reroll counter upon arriving at every non-combat encounter. Sweet. So that is 4 rerolls. 1 treasure. Boom. Kostler's Golden Eyeball and 1 loot. Anointing Chrismarium. Thanks, Encouragement Pig. Okay. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can have 6. I'll just give him the Anointing Chrismarium. Okay. So I kind of want to come up against a trader. Traders would usually give you more options. So I'll give him the Anointing Chrismarium. Dusky rainbows twisted around the flecks of grit collected in the dregs of the sacred oil. So, that's what that looks like. And then we have Kostler's Golden Eyeball. Kind of looks like his golden butthole. Every time a card is revealed in advance, heal a character +1. That's not super amazing. Does not apply to treasure cards if they are immediately placed on the bottom of the deck. So the Drim is kind of booty cheeks right now. 1, 2, 3. I think that with the gateway ring, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, I'll give that to him. It's all the way over there. Trust me, I have it. I'll probably forget about it. Okay, so that was nice. I have a shit ton of reroll tokens now. So now we are here. Okay, Fool's Rat. Jeez, like, imagine going up to someone's house and that's the kind of pet they have. After processing drops, put a card from the treasure deck on top of the loot deck. When this card dies, the next time a character is forced to discard a card, they may choose to keep it instead. If the card that would have been discarded had counters like armor or spell uses, consider them refilled. Interesting. Okay. And he is a beast with 12 health. Large and decidedly rat-like, some locals worship these creatures and the odd holes they leave in the bedrock. So they like dig through bedrock. It's kind of interesting. Oh, that interplanar one died, so I got to put a token. It wasn't the encouragement pig, it was the abyssal plasm. So he died, put it back on the Colin's lead fist. So, alright. That's what we're fighting. We can't flee. He's not, I mean, it's going to be super easy to kill anyway. So, let's go ahead and I think what I'm going to do is we'll do Virago first, as usual. That is a 13. Which will deal 2 damage. So that's nice. But, as is consumable, I will use the Solemn Plasm of the Veil, giving a character Golden Veil. Boop. And that one is if you take damage, you may choose to prevent all of it. The one with the lowest health is going to be the Drim. So that's just what the Golden Veil looks like. It's literally a yellow circle. I'll put it over here. So that's his turn. Then we'll go to the reversed, and he's going to get a +2. He got a 9, so makes it 11. That's going to be 2 damage. And for his consumable, yes, we will do the Unstable Transmutation Plasmoid. Draw a character card and add it to yours. Gain this card's special text and trait. Increase your max health by 4. So 1, 2, 3. So now this is how the max health will work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. And I will draw a random character, which is going to be the Harrow. And what was it? Add its special text and trait. Ooh, oh man. Oh, I don't have the card anymore. But the Harrow can attack twice in one turn. If attacking twice, add 1 to the second combat or dodge roll. Dang. That is pretty fantastic. Okay. So we'll just do that. Crimson Membrane is there. So now he can attack twice. That's pretty sweet. Oh, yeah. But, oh, in one turn. Well, I'll just say that you can't do that yet. The Judge, what are you doing for me? We will just have him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just making sure I'm holding on to it. Yeah. So we will do Lesser Witchfire and do a 3 range rolls with +3 added to it. So that's a 9, 12. So there's 1. Second one is a 7 +3 is 10. So there's that. And then third is a 12 +3, 15. And then the dodge roll is a 3. So that actually fails, which means he will take a damage. Yeah, do I get anything on dodge rolls? I don't think I do. Oh, wait, actually, that'll be 1 damage, which I have to put a token on the Crimson Membrane. But If I fail a dodge roll, perform 2 range rolls for 1 damage against the target. So plus 3, that's a 13, makes it 16, and the second one is going to be a 2, so I fail on that one. But, yeah, that's from the Casper spell. Nice. And for his consumable, we're going to do the Anointing Chrismarium and give a character White Chrism. And White Chrism is this little stain, just that white skid mark. When an interplanar or phenomena target damages you, they receive 1 damage. Permanent does not stack. Even now, the Chrism remains sacred. Let's give that to the... we'll give it to the reversed, because he already does stuff with interplanar and phenomena. Alright, so that was the judge, and last up will be the Drim. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll do the rusted shovel. You got a 9. That's what I needed for 2. Okay. Now everyone is going to go again. And we will swap out and have the Drim go, and he will have a... He'll use his Hunter's Knife. And that is going to be... God damn it. A 16. So is that 2 damage? He has 12 health. He is dead. And when this kills a beast, add 1 counter to your character. Oh, I'll put it on the Hunter's Knife. When resting, characters may take those counters for 1 point of healing each. Oh, when this kills a beast, give a character 1 armor. I think I'll just go ahead and give that to himself. Stack that onto the armor of the human overcoat. Okay. So... After processing drops, so we're going to do another loot card. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? We'll do the reversed again. Loot! The Vault Black Lithopedion. What the hell is that? Dead before anyone even knew it existed. The party can spend 2 reroll counters to reroll any card draw, including loot, treasure, realms, encounters, newly drawn characters, rest, and trader god cards, with the exception of sins. Oh! That's the only reason I would use it. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll just give that to him. I mean, that's still pretty cool. Can I use it on itself? Shit. And then when this card dies... oh, yeah. So I put a card from the treasure deck on top of the loot deck. When this card dies, the next time a character is forced to discard a card, they may choose to keep it instead. Okay. I'm going to set that... Oh, God. I'll set it over here and just hope I remember. So next time I'm forced to discard a card, I can keep it. And if it had tokens, it completely fills up. All right. So last encounter has to be combat. It is not, so we just discard until we find a combat. Here we go. The Northwestern Lurker Trapper. It's like Bigfoot with laser beams coming out of his eyes. Gains +1 damage if all characters have less than full health. Oh, Ooh, no, he has full health, the Drim. I can smell the cowardice in your blood. So he has 17 health. I wish I took the thing to let me roll a die and do damage. But I did not. Yeah, so it has 12 normally, but 17 because of the realm card. So God, I need to figure out ways to do extra damage. In Realm 4, my Penitent Stone Arm will do extra damage. Whoops. Where was that? Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. Just double checking everything. He's a human, so my White Chrism doesn't do anything. No card was revealed in advance. The item I got didn't have counters on it. Okay. I think I am solid. So Virgo is going to go. 14. Oh, I need a 12. Okay, so 2 damage. Then we will have the judge go. He's going to use his Kalon's Lead Fist to roll 2 ranges at +3. Actually +4 because of the one from the the knotted branch, so that is an 11 plus 4 is 15. That will be 3 damage. And now we're back to a regular plus 3 on the second range roll, which is a 13, 16, nice. 3 damage there, followed by a dodge roll. Just need to put these on the characters to show that they're going. 14, dodged it, we're good. Okay, so I don't really have much. Oh, no, the reverse can go because he can attack twice in one turn. So first attack is going to be a 12 plus 1, so 13, which is 2 damage. And the Haro ability lets him attack twice with a plus 1, so he will get plus 2. 6. We'll spend a reroll token. 11 plus 2 makes it 13, so that's going to be another 2 damage. That's pretty cool. I enjoy that. And then last we are on with the Drim, who's just going to continue using his shovel. That is a nat 1. Okay. Come on. I can roll better than a nat 1. A 15 will be better than a nat 1. So he is at 14 damage. Hot. Hot, hot, hot. I think the reverse is probably my best bet. He can attack twice. So first one is a 15, 2 damage. So he's at 16, and what was it, 17? So his second attack at plus 2. That's a 2. 2 nat 20s. He's dead. Nice. Damage goes by pretty quick. It'd be going by quicker if I had cards that dealt more than 2 damage. Okay. So he was just a human. I don't get anything for a human. So it is going to be loot. So actually, drawing from the loot, that's going to be this and this one. So that's pretty cool. Then we will... Who do I want it on? It will do Drim. Oh, this... Oh, okay. All right. Well, Drim... No one's a stout, though. I kind of actually like this. It's the Gatherer. So when this kills a human, heal the party for 1. Stout is if a character dies, heal all surviving characters for 2. Weighs 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. I can't wield it, though. Because that'd be nice if he had ways to kill, if he was good at killing humans and beasts. Yeah, because no one... He can't wield any other weapons. I guess the Virgo would be solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, because he's in the same boat. 3. No, he would. 3, 4, and I think the ring was 1. Yeah. So I guess we'll just give that to him. So I guess if he kills a human, we can heal the party. And then the other thing that we got was a consumable. You may use this in conjunction with a rest required item at any time, regardless of rest status. Yeah, there are... Oh, I guess I should have been paying attention. Well, no, I don't think it mattered for a lot of them. I forgot some consumables can only be used during rest, which none of the ones I took did. So they show the rest icon, like this food has the rest icon there, so you have to be resting to use it. Okay, but anyway, this can be used in with a rest required item at any time, regardless of... Or remove yourself from combat encounter and skip all your turns until it is resolved. If all other characters die, you must enter combat. Oh, so if you're about to eat shit, you can just jump into this calcified egg and sleep away. Oh, and the Gatherer said, time will wash you away. And of course, Silken Oxtuck said that. It is hard to rest when others are awake. My enemies plan against me. My friends progress beyond me. So I work. Perseverus Valinka. 1, 2. Yeah, he's maxed out with his shovel and human skin coat and his little knife. 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll give it to He's kind of useless right now, though. He doesn't have any... He has one way, which I guess, just in case I forget, at the start of a realm. Give that to him. Yeah, so... I guess... 1, 2, 3... I'll just give it to... I'll give it to fucking the judge. He can have his little egg. Now I gotta draw from 3. We will do Drim. 1, 2... That's funny. 3. Nice. Alright, so we got a Famine Shield. 5 armor. When food card is discarded, gain 2 armor. When this has 0 armor, discard it and gain 2 rerolls. That's pretty solid. It's just, you know, someone's body. Then we got Bulging Brass Chestplate. 6 armor. If you roll a 1 or 2 on a combat or dodge roll, ignore all damage and end your turn. So, I'm getting a lot of stout cards. If you roll a 20, gain a reroll counter if you're a stout, but no one has a stout ability. He gained Ominous and Red Hand, and he is Flexile and Herbalist. And then the Othlodian Chainmail Fist. Add 1 damage. If you're... Okay, so this is useless. If you're a stout, it does 2 damage, but if you are a stout, you add a damage. If you're a red hand, add 1 to your combat rolls with this if a character has 3 or less health. Or Flexile, once per encounter you may prevent a character from taking damage. I don't really care about any of these all that much. Let's go ahead. Oh, well, because we do when an item is acquired with 2 or more counters. 3, 4, 5. So he's maxed out on armor. 2, 4, 5. He's not. He doesn't actually have anything with armor. What do I have? Okay, so I could just give him armor, and on a 1 or a 2 on a combat or dodge roll, ignore all damage and end your turn. So that would kind of increase his field harness to take no damage on combat or dodge rolls of 2 to 4. It would make it 1 to 4. So that's not nothing. And give him 6 armor. And so he would just kind of not ever die. That's pretty cool. Or I can just give him the Famine Shield, but I kind of like the Bulging Brass Chestplate. Now I just gotta figure out where to put it all. Okay, so I will just stack the Crimson Membrane and the White Chrism. I'll put the Bulging Chestplate there. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll put... Oh, it's actually 7 armor because of the bowl. Or the bowl. Alright, so he effectively has 7 armor. Yeah. Okay, that was Realm 3. Then we're at Realm 4. Into the Swamps of Malignasia. Okay. The path before you softens and submerges in the tangled overgrowth of a reedy swamp. What was once a trail decided by ruminant wildlife has become a series of reddish mounds of earth peering above dark and still waters. As you move, you fight through dense clusters of hardy reeds, spindly grasses, and cattails that disintegrate into the wind. The sound of insects and their awaiting predators is overwhelming. Their cries come to a crepuscular crescendo as the last of the sun recedes behind the horizon. Yet as the moon rises, faint blue bursts of ghostly fire dance across the surface of the waters, casting strange shadows to the shifting mists. Eerie, groaning ripples through the air, the sounds of nocturnal things lurking beneath the stagnant water in want of wayward travelers. When the target damages a character, deal 1 damage to a random character. Does not apply to targets with chain magic. If loot or treasure would be added to a character's inventory, another card of the matching deck must be discarded by anyone in the party. Does not apply to traders. This one's rough. I could spend. Ooh, that's all. I could with the vault block. This one, I could spend 2 reroll counters to actually redraw this. This one's pretty nasty, but it's been easy going so far, and I'm lazy and I don't want to grab a new realm. So I think at the start of the realm, did I do that? I think I did. At a counter to anything. I think I put that on his lead fist. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Boom. Oh, cool. Gain a reroll counter upon arriving at every well, let's see. Okay, the Querent Retrospector. She looks at you the way a mother looks at her child, seeing her past self, her own mother, and a new life that has yet to be lived. Individually shuffle the treasure, loot, and encounter discard decks. Draw treasure, loot, and combat encounter from them. Gain the items and the combat encounter to the realm, making it the next encounter to follow this one. If any of the discard decks are empty, instead skip that deck. Okay. Interesting, so I guess I will reshuffle each of them, but that's not going to be... That's actually a really bad one to get. Do I want to spend 2? Because I'm trying to think of items that I'd want from the discard piles that I could even add. I'm pretty maxed out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so, well, I can have 9 with the reversed. He's maxed. The judge is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 1 away. And then the Drim is maxed. So, the party can spend 2 reroll counters to reroll any card draw. Yeah, you know what? Oh, God, that's going to be risky. But I will redraw this one. So I don't get the reroll token unless this one happens. Hey! Dunce Troop. They fumble wordlessly into view, standing so close to each other they are practically a single body. Just, hey, what's up? Each character must roll a d4. Alright, we'll start with the Drim. 4! Replace your character with one drawn from the deck. Health is refilled to the max of the new character. Sins and held items are retained, but status effects are discarded. Okay. Okay, so these actually just suck. Okay, so that is the Drim. That's not amazing. Replace your character with one drawn from the deck. Okay, so that will be this one, the Palm. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. When this card dies, next time a character is forced to discard a card, they may choose to keep it instead. Okay. But that might come in handy with this one. So the Palm comes in. He's a scrapper. Every time an item card is discarded, heal a character for 1 and give a character 1 armor. Items dropped by dead characters can be swapped with the respective decks before moving to the next encounter. Okay. Well, he's losing Golden Veil and Crimson Membrane. So that sucks. Okay. So now his items and stuff don't really stack. So I guess I can lose those at some point. So now we're on the Dance Troupe. We will have the Judge roll. He got a 3. Discard and redraw your hand from the respective decks. Ooh. Okay. You know, I kind of... I actually kind of don't hate that. So, but what I will do is I will actually keep the lesser... No, because then I'll lose the Calus and the Lead Fist, and that's actually pretty good. You can re-roll these as well. Okay, I will re-roll. Oh, I do. This is actually a non-combat encounter, so roll the d4. It's a 2! Okay, discard the loot and draw loot if possible. Now I will use the Fool's Rat. I'll discard the Lesser Witchfire, and I'll actually keep it. And it gets to refill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we are on the reverse. He got a 3, discard and redraw your hand from that one. Absolutely sucks. Because that would completely tank his build. If held by if the reverse appears while this is held, add effects to match the number of realms the party has reached at the time of their joining. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we're gonna have to re-roll that. Okay, now it's a 2. Discard the loot and draw loot if possible. Alright, I can do that. I'll discard the vault back. Did technically use it and draw into whatever the hell this is. Hypnotic Meat Song. And what was it? And draw loot. 3 count. If a target is human or beast, reduce their die defense by 1. It works for herbalist or trapper, which we don't have a trapper anymore. Okay. That works. So it has 3 counters on it. An eerie area that slowly fills the mind with spasms of flavors beyond flavor, where the tongue, the eye, and the more subtler abstract senses blur into each other. Alright, and then last one is a 1. Discard a treasure and draw a treasure. Gladly, I will get rid of the golden eyeball. And draw the armor of the full spark dancing flame. Yep. 5 armor. Every time this loses armor, deal 1 damage to the target that damaged you. It works well for the trapper. After first acquiring this, heal a character for 1 and repeat for every food card held by any character. Ooh, the palm can hold 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty solid. He can't hold it. 3, 4, because he's maxed out. The trapper doesn't matter anymore, though. So, yeah, I guess this goes. Well, this is done. That kind of burned through quite a bit of our reroll tokens. I remember when we had a bunch. We do gain some, so it's not bad to rest just to gain reroll tokens. Because no one really needs to heal. I mean, technically the reverse does, but that's just to gain his max health. I like the way this armor looks. Okay. Yeah, can't hold it. So, boom. The Wandering Turret. Okay. Well, I'll go through it. And that is a non-combat encounter. So we gain a reroll token. Optional, each character may roll a die once. 1 to 12, you take 2 damage. 13 to 20, draw a treasure. And if you're a Flexile, you add 2 to your roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost maxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, you know what? I'll have the palm roll. So what do I need? 13 to 20. Whoa. That is a 19. Gladly take that. I don't know where all my shit... So, he gets a treasure. Okay, no, he gets a sin. Oh, wait, can you... Once per realm, you can redraw. Let's redraw that sin. Into the Demdretch Split Incisor. Oh, God, is that a massive-ass tooth? After a successful attack, you may choose to add this to the target's drops and give the target -1 die defense. 4, 5, 6. Ooh, and because of the new palm, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's get rid of this stupid-ass shovel. Does 4 damage. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Each time an item card is discarded, heal a character for +1 and give a character 1 armor. Oh, that actually happened earlier because of the dunces. He discarded 1, he discarded 1, so heal And we'll give an armor to the palm. Why not? And give an armor to the judge. Sweet. And then, yeah, I mean, Virago, don't see any reason not to draw a treasure. He gets +2. That is a 10. So... 10 per combat. That's only... You could use those. Okay. You got +2 and you ate shit. Alright. Let's re-roll that. +2. Okay, 13 plus, so 15. Draw a treasure. Okay. Ooh, crack star seal. Heal all characters 1 point for every treasure held by the party. Nice. 3, 4, 5. Cool. It is a long way from home, but it will get there in time. The wandering turret. I don't know if you guys can see that with the light. Hopefully you can. Okay. Hey, now we're on a combat. Cool. Autopaic conjugationist. Wow. I don't even know. Yeah, that white line makes it kind of difficult to see. Time spent in deep thought can change a heart, and with the anomalous corruption of the conjugation, a ruminant mind can alter the body. This card cannot be damaged by the same weapon twice. When this dies, draw 2 character cards and give their traits existing characters as 2 existing characters as desired. This card cannot be damaged by the same weapon twice. Interesting. Okay. Well, you know, same weapon. Well, now I guess we'll start with the Demdrich Split Incisor. So I gotta be careful where I'm rolling. So you got a 16. So okay, it's 11. That's 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could add it to the drops to give a -1, but I think I'll leave it for now. Then we'll do... So that was the palm. And we will do the judge and shoot him with lesser witchfire. So I'm still getting +3 because I got to keep all my stuff. So 11 plus 1 plus 3. So there's that. Second shot. 17 plus 3 is a dirty, sexy, skanky 20. Then 3, that is a nat 20. So we got there. And then the dodge roll is a 15. So we are solid there. Oh my god. He has the scrapper trait. I don't know if I've been passing stuff up to get rid of that had the scrapper trait. Oh well. Virgo. He is a human. Oh, but he can't be damaged by the same weapon twice. Whenever this kills a human, heal the party for 1. I also have been forgetting Crimson Member. He hasn't gone yet. He is going now, though. And let's, you know what, we'll just add 2 to the roll. I don't need to heal the party, but it is now +2. Doesn't have anything else. +2. 15 makes it a 17. That gatherer does 3 damage. Nice. Okay. And then last, we will do the reversed. Got the Crimson Membrane still. So 15, 2 damage. Actually, it's... Hey, we're in Realm 4, so this does an extra damage. So it's technically 3 damage. Nice. 13. Dead. Didn't even need you. When this dies, draw 2 character cards and give their traits to existing characters as desired. Don't mind if I yes. Alright. Herbalist and Conmalgerist. Well, God, I was really hoping for Trapper. I could. Nope, I got rid of it. Alright. Well, actually, I can give the Herbalist trait to this guy, to the reversed, because that spell... Now, if cast when resting, discard a food card, heals the party for 1 each. Oh, I don't have any food. But then I give Conmalgerist to someone. Let's do the palm because they can technically hold more items. And I say technically because they're maxed because of this massive ass tooth. Okay. And I get 2 reroll tokens. Oh yeah, when the target damages a character deal. Okay, so that didn't happen. If loot or treasure card would be added to a character inventory, another card. Oh god, I totally missed that with the stupid dunce. Well, we're just gonna truck on forward. And yep, Rapscallion Candle Eater. Looks like the old Missouri meth addict. They walled us in to starve us out. You cannot imagine the indignity of survival. Alright, so the combat, it must be a combat encounter, but it doesn't do any, it doesn't have add any health to it. Alright, well let's start with the reversed, because it has 14 health. He gets to attack twice, adding 1. So his first attack is +1, need an 11. That's a 7. Makes it an 8. Oh, it was a human. I do want to start off really well, so I'm going to use that. But actually, before I will use my Hypnotic Meat Song, it is a consumable that I can use. I'm going to lower his defense by 1 because he's a human. So it's a 10. So now I'll reroll. Okay, 15, which will add, that's going to do 3 damage. This is a stone arm. 1, 2, 3. And then for the second attack, I'm adding +2, which is a nat 20. So that is 6 damage. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that was the reversed. Yes, I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting everything. He is human. Serve his turn with the Crimson Membrane. That works. We will do the palm next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Palm! That is a nat 1. Okay. Yeah, I'll just take it. 2 damage. Goes against the armor. Okay. Then we will do the Virago. Jeez, that's a 5? Ugh. Ew. That does not help all that much. 5. None of us are holding food items, which is good. So, yeah, I guess that'll be 2 damage. And that will be a token onto the Crimson Membrane for him. Alright, and last will be the Judge. And we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, let's do the Colin's Lead Fist. So, 2 range rolls, +3, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And second roll, 11 +3. 1, 2, 3. So at 12. Okay. And dodge roll. 17. Okay. That's actually, you know what? Now that we've taken some damage, let's have the Virago attack. And get a 19. So that will be 3 damage, which will be enough to kill him. And because it was a human, heal the party for 1. Which I guess the only ones I've taken. So he'd heal 1, and then with the Crimson Membrane, he would have healed. And that would put a token onto him. And that gives 3 reroll tokens. Nice. Alright. So, you're dead. That worked out, kind of. And last encounter, 3 treasures. So 1, 2, 3. And once per realm, I will discard. I can't remember if I've even done that. Alright, so we have the Slitherer's Dagger. Add 1 to your combat rolls if the target has a treasure card in their drops. Not bad. If you're a red hand, which he is, but he can't hold another weapon, so it doesn't matter there. The Flanged Atlatl. It's a ranged weapon somehow. Choose another melee weapon card you hold. Perform a range roll against the target for 1 damage plus the damage of the weapon. Then add the thrown weapon to the target's drops and follow. Oh, interesting. If you're dexterous, you add 1 to both range and dodge rolls. But then the heaving black armor. This one, 8 armor. If your weapon weighs 3 or more, add 1 to your combat rolls with it. But that's 3. If the Virago had ways to increase his max, that'd be pretty sweet. Okay. You know, I think we are going to ditch the human overcoat. And each time an item card is discarded, which it is, heal a character for 1. No one needs to be healed, but give a character 1 armor. So he's losing. So I'll actually give the Psalm just 1 armor, but then we will give that to the Psalm, which apparently, if I was a stout, would be amazing here. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from the bull. 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I'm wielding this heaving black armor with a massive tooth. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shit ton of armor. Okay. So that was this one. Yeah, I totally fucked up on the loot treasure with that combination of this thing, the Dunce Troop. That would have made me discard a treasure and draw a treasure. I'd have to then get rid of a treasure. That is disgusting. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. So technically, we would go into to Realm 5. So this video is already gonna be pretty long, so I'm gonna call it a realm early. And so we would go to Realm 5, do the same 4. Or not the same 4, a new set of 4, and then potentially get any items. Or lose any items, whatever it might be. We would have had to fight. Actually, oh god. Oh, it's a trader. Hey. Pay 1 counter and create. So there's 1 trader. And you pay a reroll counter to visit them. Their inventory is 2 loot and 2 treasure. And you could sell your items. And all items at the bottom right have a value. So the dim dredge split incisor would be worth 5 tokens. And you can just trade and barter and stuff like that. But they have a affinity for certain types of items. In this case, this guy says, of resting here, heal all characters for 1. And if you're a Silver Tongue, which none of them are, add 1 loot to the drops of the next combat encounters. But some of them offer more tokens if it's a certain type of item. So that's what we would have had to come against. We'd have had to fight this model back porcine thing. It's a beast, but the beast thing doesn't really matter. I guess I do still have the hunter's knife. That would have given us 3 more rerolls. The Black Wound, this one just, I think that's come across before for me. The Black Wound, as a party, choose a character and kill them. Discard all their items. Characters cannot trade or give items during this event. The party cannot rest until another encounter is revealed and resolved. So that would have actually killed one of our guys. Unless we would have... Yeah, no, that actually would have straight up killed one of our guys. And the one I'd probably kill is the Judge. And then we would have had to deal with a combat encounter as the last one, which would have been the Bludgeoness of the Holy Womb. Yeah. So this actually would have been pretty rough of a go. The first 2 not too much, but this one is when this card damages armor, it removes twice as many counters, and 2 of our guys have armor. But anyway, and there was something that he had. Oh, it was the Slitherous Dagger. Add 1 to your roll if the target has a treasure card in it, which would have been just this one. So the Black Wound would suck. And yeah. Oh, actually, sorry. This one, we would not have dealt with the Black Wound or the Swamp Dredger, because this one says all encounters are combat encounters. Add 1 to their damage and -1 to their die defense. So, that's in this case. But now, so, didn't even matter for that. Let's just say this was our party, because I want to show you guys a Trader God. So, at the end of the 5th realm, you can actually choose to not fight the Trader God. It's kind of like the example in Dark Souls, do you light the bonfire and start the cycle again, or do you let the world succumb to darkness, is kind of the two options. It does say the party can decide against entering battle with the Trader God to accept annihilation and to allow the apocalypse smoke to destroy them. If this is the case, all characters die and the game is over. This is a valid ending of the game. If they choose to proceed, begin the battle, and if you win, the game and the world is over. All things vanish into the ruinous light of death. So, you can choose to just not fight the god. This is the one god that I happen to randomly draw. So, let's fight it. Let's just see how we do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got a blast! Okay, so Gerardel, the concatenated witch of the unadorned dead. Before beginning the battle, place 4 treasures and 4 loot near Iredell. Characters may pay 1 health, discard a held item, and pick up 1 of Iredell's items at any time. Okay. Alright, so how these work. She has 60 health and is at 13. So, 4 treasures. Characters may pay 1 health and discard a held item and pick up 1 of Iredell's items at any time. Okay. So, we got some pretty good stuff here. So, there's the 4 items. And okay. Yeah, so 4 items and 4 loot. That's what we got there. Now, when you attack, the result, they basically don't have a certain number of damage. They have events. Iretel's attacks are triggered on failed combat or dodge rolls. So if I roll, it has a 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 10, 11 to 12. So basically if I roll and I get a 7, like I did, the result would be the 7, which is Abjuration, deal 2 damage. So, yeah, that's it's essentially how a Trader God fight works, and that's what we're going to do. So, what do we got? I think... Oh, it is technically a new realm, so we'll do that. So let's kick things off, baby, with... so range is actually good against Trader Gods. We'll just do Khalsan's Lead Fist. So that is going to be 11, but plus 3 range will be 14. So 3 damage. Second roll will be another 11, plus 3 damage. Then that's his turn. We'll do Palm. Got a 12, but I can use one of these Virgo tokens. So that will be 4 damage. Ooh, you know what? What do we got over here? I can pay 1 health to... Give the target -1 die defense. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually do that. So, it's going to be 4 damage. And I will add this to their drops to lower their die defense by 1. And then I'll pay a health to take one of the items. Before characters can pay 1 health, discard a card and pick up 1 at any time. She's not a beast. I'm not a trapper or stout. Okay, I'll take the Atrocious. Ooh. Well, oh well. Yeah, none of these. Well, I could take the Stampede Breaker. It does weigh 3, but it's not... It only does 2 damage. Yeah, we'll do the atrocious barbed spear. This can be used as a melee weapon with a combat roll or thrown as a ranged weapon. If throwing, perform a range roll for 4 damage, then perform a dodge roll and add this to the drops of the target. So again, I could throw it. I could throw two weapons at it. Oh, the reversed has not gone yet. So then we'll do Virago just for shits. You got a 19. That will be 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And then last will be the reversed. He gets to attack twice. He may equip an additional weapon that weighs 2 or less and use them both. That's going through 5 realms. An additional weapon. Okay, yeah, you know what? He will actually take a damage and add this Farmhand's Hammer. So he can use them both. So I think that adds... It just says use them both. So I imagine that means it adds the damage? It doesn't say, but I guess with the stone arm he's holding, the other weapon, follow your combat roll with a ranged roll for 1 damage against the target. He's not dexterous or a trapper. I'm just going to say it adds the damage too, so that's going to be 2, 3, 4, so 5 damage. At a 7, we'll re-roll. Well, actually, it's an 8. He's down to a 12, so nat 20! So we'll do, I guess, 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can follow my combat roll with a range roll. 4, miss, but I can attack twice, so that is a 9. Let's re-roll. Okay, 17. So another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, everyone is gone. So let's kick things off again with the reversed. Oh my god, they're like rolls. Probably because I'm rolling it this way. Oh wow. Well, he'd heal 1 from the Crimson Membrane. 14. So that is higher than a 12. So I guess another 5 damage. 2, 3, 4, 5. And follow it up with a range roll. 7, miss. Second attack will be 17. Another 5. I don't know if this is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. It says you can use them both. And then follow it up with a range attack. 14. 1 damage. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. What am I at? 5. 10. 15. 20, 25, 30, 34. All right. Well, you guys get the idea. I just wanted to show how that would work. Okay, so the Solemn, you got a 9, so in this case it'd be 2 damage. But this is getting out of hand. I just wanted to showcase the Restless. So we'll see. I can't imagine I would lose, but what it would do is 4 to 6 gives 2 of your health points to her. 1 to 3 is terrible. Draw a random combat encounter from the discard deck and place it next. Set its health to 6. Trigger its attack against you. Every time damnation is triggered, add another and have all active combat encounters deal their damage to the attacker. So it stacks with a bunch of enemies. 11 to 12. Deal 1 damage, absolve 1 sin. If a sin is absolved this way, deal 1 additional damage. So she actually gets rid of sin. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the Restless, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Click the I to go to the discussion. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.